Let's start with Jeremiah Fears first, and just the kind of composure that he's had, and watching him continuously get better through the preseason and through this game. What did you kind of see from him tonight?
There were definitely points in the game where, we needed a bucket. And even when the offense broke down, I think he did it 3 or 4 times where he just made some shaking, got to the rack or got to a short jumper. His name says it all. The brother is fearless. And like I said at the beginning of training camp, he gets better every day.
How impressive is that just to watch somebody who turned 19 a week ago to be able to kind of pull out some of those moves that he was able to pull out tonight?
It's definitely impressive. This is the NBA, the best league in the world, and for somebody who at that age to, this be his first official game, and for him to handle that adversity the way he did out there. But like I said, those moments are crucial when the offense breaks down and the other team's on a run and we need a bucket. Like, those are definitely big buckets for us.
Hey, Zion, you kind of got off to a slow start, but what kind of got you going there once you?
Honestly, just the flow of the game. In preseason, I think I might have played 16, 18, 20, 25 or something. But nah, this was the real deal. And honestly, it was just getting the flow of the game back. I think I found it towards the end of the second quarter.
Zion, what does it mean to you when you look at the stat sheet and you see 33 minutes and 28 seconds, that would be like the second most minutes? I mean, you didn't play but one game more than that last year. So what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. It definitely shows the work I've put in. It definitely shows that my coaches and the staff trust me to go out there and do that. And I felt great and I feel good, and I'm just keep that momentum going.
And in the third quarter, what did you see in that third quarter when the game kind of got away?
I think they put a 41 on us in the third quarter. I mean, that's the game right there. We had 22 in the third, and they had 41. If we're trying to win, we can't have quarters like that, because we lost by 6, and they outscored us 19.
And my last question I want to ask you about just playing against Ja, man. What is it like when you get a chance to play against a guy that you grew up playing with?
I mean, in the midst of the game, him and myself, we're competitors, but post-game, even when I talk to his pops, you can't help but look back at a time when I was 14, he was 15, 16, and, at that time period, I don't think people understand when you're a 9th grader, 10th grader, even 11th grader in AAU, the message that's always delivered is, like, only 1% of everybody's going to make it to the league. So to look back on it, and me and him were both on the same AAU team, and to see us in the position we're in now, it definitely means a lot.
On that, can you piggyback on anything that was said on the court there at the last few minutes between you and Ja? Once the game was kind of wrapped up, it looked like y'all were having a nice little moment.
For sure. That's my dog. I just said, don't do my young fella like that. But he gave a real answer. He said everybody had their welcome to the league moment. That was such a great response. I couldn't even be mad at it. All I could say was just don't do my young fella like that.
Heard that. And then looking at the intensity you had to start the game, the first play they had a lob at the rim, but y'all snuffed it out. Got a bucket, come back, and you blitzed up, got the ball out of Ja's hands, and then stuck with him as the primary defensive assignment. Yeah, he hit the step back, but it showed what you wanted to do defensively, schematically. With your energy, just what is that? What kind of tone does that set for what you're going to do on the defensive end this year?
I definitely want my impact to be felt on defense this year, and granted he hit the shot, but if I can always influence the offensive player to take off-balance shots like that, if they hit them, I think when we look at film, we live with it. But I definitely want my impact to be felt on the defensive end this year.
Hey, Zion, how much do you look forward to playing at home Friday and also playing against another #1 overall draft pick?
Always competing against great players is, as a competitor, is dope. But, I definitely look forward to playing at the crib. That's the city. And I hope the city come out, bring the energy, because, we're looking to put on a show and just, have fun.
Maybe last one. Before the game, a fan gave Jordan Poole a signed autograph by Allen Iverson. He talked about how that was his favorite player, stuff like that. And then I talked to him before the game about the grittiness, the swag. Do you think Jordan Poole can be that Allen Iverson type, maybe a little better defense for this team?
First off, I'm going to give my respect to AI, the answer. A legend in the game. Me and Poole had conversations about it. I'm pretty sure he has like a tattoo of Allen Iverson, just out of respect for him. And, he definitely looks up to him, studies film. And I think with the Iverson cuts that we can set up for Poole, he can definitely take advantage of those things. And I think another thing with Poole is, I think social media has this kind of, they portray this image of him, and when you get around him, man, he's a dog. He's a competitor. He's a good dude to be around. And, I said it before and I'm going to say it again. I'm glad he's on this team with us.